So after trying conjugates with this problem for several minutes, I realized that conjugates aren't going to really help anything. And so I decided to try and think it through. And actually what I really did first was I graphed it. And I found out that as I am approaching 1 from the negative side here, oh, that moves that, my limit is going to be positive infinity. No, I take that back. My limit is going to be negative infinity. As I'm approaching 1 from the negative side, my y value keeps going down, 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 down. So thinking about that kind of algebraically, I made a little number line. Here's 0, 1, 2, -1, -2. And as I'm approaching 1 from the negative side, I would be like going this way here. And so let's say I had at 1/2, what's it going to be? Well, if I had x as 1/2, I'd have 1/2 plus 1 divided by 1/2 minus 1. So that would be 3/2 divided by -1/2, and that would give me -3. Or if I got closer to 1, let's say 3/4, I'd have 3/4 plus 1 divided by 3/4 minus 1, and that would give me what, 7/4 divided by -1/4, and doing that, that would give me -7. So I can see in what direction I'm going here. And then I just said, well, what if it was like 0.99? So if it was 0.99 plus 1 divided by 0.99 minus 1, I can see I'm almost at 2, 1.99, but now I'm dividing it by a very small number, -0.01. So I can see that I would be getting closer and closer to negative infinity. I'd be going down quite a bit. So my limit here would be down. And if I wanted to show that on a table, well, again, I'm approaching 1 from the negative side. I have the function listed in there, and I'm going to go second table set. And since I'm approaching 1 is the number I want to start at 1. And because I want to get really, really close, I'm going to make my table, my delta table, my change in x's 0.01. And now I'm going to go second table, and I can see that my numbers are getting a bigger and bigger negative. And if, -199 isn't that big of a number, but if I wanted to see what it would be if it's even smaller, I could make my, I'm going to start it at 1, and I'm going to make my delta table 0.001, and I'm going to go second table, and I can see as I'm approaching 1 from the negative side, it's starting to get really big. And I can also see that as I'm approaching 1 from the positive side, well, it's starting to get really big negative over here, but as I'm approaching 1 from the positive side, it's starting to get really big positive. So this is verifying what my graph looks like. So I would say that the limit as x approaches 1 from the negative side of my function here is equal to negative infinity. And if I do my limit as x approaches 1 from the positive side of x plus 1 over x minus 1, I can see that that is going to be equal to positive infinity. So since my limit from the negative side is different than my limit from the positive side, the limit as x approaches 1 without the positive or negative of x plus 1 over x minus 1 does not exist, because the limits are not the same. One is negative infinity and one is positive infinity.